Hey guys, Conscious Gamer here. We are back with a new video discussing my theory on the inevitable death of the Master Chief. Now, I'm not saying he will die in Halo Infinite, as it is stated that this is a new chapter in the Master Chief's story, not the final chapter. But the man known as humanity's hero, or demon to others, has to meet his end at some point, right? Before we get into today's video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.
I won't.
Okay, just making sure, you know. Anyway, since Master Chief was a young boy, even before he was taken into the Spartan program, he had one thing that Dr. Housley saw out of all the candidates in the Spartan program. It was luck. Chief had come close to death numerous times in his service in the UNSC. One of the most iconic encounters with death that he had was when he encountered the Didact. This was his second encounter, yes. Didact did not die at the end of Halo 4, in case you guys didn't know. I won't go into full detail of the whole story. If you want to know more, you can look up the Halo Escalation comic. It tells a few stories of what happened between Halo 4 and 5. If you don't want to hear this minor spoiler, go back and read it and come back to the video, or you could, skip a little bit ahead. It's up to you, you have been warned. Skipping a little bit ahead in the comic, the Didact has Blue Team pinned down, and Master Chief gets to jump on the Didact, and it manages to stab him in the eye with a combat knife. Of course, this angers the Didact, and he ends up grabbing him by the head and smashing his helmet to the point where his visor starts to crack. In this moment, Master Chief has a flashback of his childhood, playing King of the Hill with his childhood friends. In this moment, coming close to the end of his death, his life flashing before his eyes, Chief says, "In my 30 years of combat against alien aggressors, I have always known my fate, that I would die in battle. Of course, due to his luck, he was saved, but could this be foreshadowing for a fate that is inevitable for the Chief?" I feel as if they foreshadow it some more in the newest Infinite trailer, where Chief is flying through space, maneuvering through the dark void of the dead, seeing those dead Marines and looking to not disturb them in their final resting place. Chief is reminded of a previous conversation he had with Cortana. If you knew how you were going to die, how would you live your life differently? In case you guys didn't know, the Chief is actually a reincarnation of a Forerunner named Bornstellar, who knew Guilty Spark before he was made into a monitor and definitely destroyed, but then he came back somehow, which really don't understand. But if you want to know more about the relationship between Bornstellar and Guilty Spark, Halo follower actually made a video discussing Master Chief's darkest secret, and it really goes a lot into depth, and it tells more lore about the Halo universe than 343 ever could, honestly. Halo follower definitely did a good job with that video, so I recommend you guys check that out if you guys want to know more about it. Anyway, this goes back to his dialogue from Halo 1.
Ask him.
Is it true?
More or less. Technically, this installation's pulse has a maximum effective radius of 25,000 light years. But once the others follow suit, this galaxy will be quite devoid of life, or at least any life with sufficient biomass to sustain the flood. But you already knew that. I mean, how couldn't you? We have followed outbreak containment procedure to the letter. You were with me each step of the way as we managed this crisis. Why would you hesitate to do what you've already done? Last time you asked me, if it were my choice, would I do it? Having had considerable time to ponder your query, my answer has not changed. There is no choice. We must activate the ring.
And you can also have some reference to this when he talks to Chief in Halo 3 after he kills Johnson.
You are the child of my makers, inheritor of all they left behind. You are Forerunner. But this ring is mine.
The librarian also says this to Chief in Halo 4.
Seeds from the Didact. Seeds which would lead to an eventuality. Your physical evolution. Your combat skin. Even your ancilla, Cortana. You are the culmination of 1,000 lifetimes of planning.
Planning for what?
Chief is meant for something far bigger in this series. And if he was to die, it would have to be for the most meaningful sacrifice. He knows he will die in battle. Perhaps his final battle will be with Cortana. If she isn't deleted, perhaps the infamous brute feared by the UNSC, Atriox, or something far greater? Only time will tell, but perhaps we will get more hints to Master Chief's fate in Halo Infinite. Very exciting stuff. But yeah, this was just a quick video on my thoughts as to where they could take the story of the Master Chief in the future. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you guys think Chief will die at the end of the Halo series? Maybe a noble sacrifice? But then again, you know what they say. Spartans never die. They are just missing in action. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. Helps me out a lot. I hope you guys are out there doing something positive. Until next time. Peace.